Jai Sai Ram. We are back with Beate.
Sai Ram.
And we are all ears because I know that you have many lovely Swami stories. And Beate, of course, has been with our center since the 90s. Made her first trip to see Swami in 98, but had experiences even before that.
Right.
And you have at least one more experience you wanted to share with us.
Gladly.
So go ahead whenever you're ready.
Yes. Susan Solomon, now Keenan, she was the one that really brought me to the Sai Center. And I knew that she was a Balvikas teacher, and because she would come to me and she would say, I would like you to become a Balvikas teacher. And I would say, thank you, no thank you. And she must have asked me at least 3 different times, and I always said, thank you, no thank you. My life is very busy. I really don't have time to prepare lesson plans and all that.
And tell us what Balvikas is.
Balvikas is basically Sai spiritual education, and where we teach children about comparative religion, about Swami's teachings, about the 5 human values. And again, I resisted it as much as I could. What I should also share with you is that when I had my education in Germany, I studied early childhood education, and I have a degree in early childhood education.
Wow.
But never did anything with it. And for years I wondered, why did I even go that path? And well, I found out pretty quickly why.
Okay.
One day we were at Bhajans, at a special Bhajans at Dr. Dodani's house. And I was enjoying Bhajans and minding my own business. And out of nowhere, Dr. Dodani comes up to me and he says, I don't understand what this means, but I've been given the message from Swami to tell you that you need to be a Balvikas teacher.
Wow.
And I was like, really? Really? Okay. So I went to Susan and I said, well, looks like you got yourself a Balvikas teacher. And she's like, yay, you know. And it turns out I ended up, teaching for almost 7 years, and I ended up the Balvikas coordinator and being part of the Sai Center, very active. And it was all Swami's doing. I mean, just when you watch the journey, how it unfolded, it was just incredible. But what I really wanted to share is this. When I became a Balvikas teacher, I realized that I was not necessarily living the life of a Sai devotee, meaning I ate meat and I was a smoker for over 20 years.
Wow.
And I knew that I could not be a teacher teaching the right way of living and not practicing it myself. So giving up meat was not a big deal for me, but smoking was because of the addiction. And I turned to Swami for that, and I said, Swami, you need to help me with this. I can't do this alone. And I had tried to quit several times, unsuccessfully. And so I asked Swami for his help. I quit smoking cold turkey from one day to the next, and I never looked back. And I can't say that it was easy, but I also can't say that it was difficult. He made it easy enough for me to do it and to never look back. So in the process of that, I also wanted to purify. I wanted to purify my mind. I wanted to purify my body. And so it happened that it was a time when a Ayurvedic doctor came to town, and Sai members would go to him. He was there for about a week and his name kept coming up. And I was wondering if it was maybe a sign for me to go and see this doctor. So I talked to Swami on a drive home one evening. It was already dark. And I should preface something. There is in North Carolina a trucking company called SAIA. The owner of the trucking company is a Sai devotee.
Really?
And every time I would see a SAIA truck, I would say, "Hey, Swami." And it was just sort of this fun play between Swami and I, and then several other Sai devotees, you know. "Hey, I saw a Sai truck today. Swami said hi." And so I'm on my way home, and I talk to Swami, and I say, "Swami, if you want me to go to this Ayurvedic doctor, I need you to give me a sign. Give me a side truck. Then I know you want me to go and do that."
You asked for the truck, huh?
Mm-hmm. So I'm driving along. There's no side truck anywhere to be seen.
Naturally.
So I'm at the very last stoplight before I have to turn to the last road to go home. And a truck comes towards me, but it's not a side truck. On top of it, in bright lights, is 3 letters. A-C-T. Act. And the company, it was an ACT truck. And I busted out laughing because I'm thinking, "Swami, you are hilarious. You're so funny. You're telling me to go do it, but you're telling me your way." So I'm driving home. I'm laughing. I think it's great. Okay, so maybe you want me to go to this Ayurvedic doctor. So the next day, Lynn, one of my Sai sisters, came to visit for lunch at my house, and I told her the story. I said, "You wouldn't believe, and there's this ACT truck, and ha ha ha, Swami is so funny." The doorbell rings. Now, mind you, I live in a subdivision, not on a main road, but it's the main road through the neighborhood. So I get up and I go to the door, and I have side lights, and through the side lights, I see there's a side truck in front of my house.
No.
Yes. I say, Lynn, you gotta come here. Look at this. There's a side truck in front of the house.
Wow.
And so we open the door together, and there is this African-American man with the biggest afro, like Swami afro, with a clipboard in his hand. And he says, "I'm sorry, but I'm looking for a doctor so-and-so at this such and such address." And I'm going, I'm laughing at this guy. He's wondering what's going on. And I said, "Well, you just got to go a little bit further. That number is just a little bit further down. You're almost there." "Thank you, ma'am. Goodbye." We closed the door, and I just about lost it.
I'm sure.
What a way for Swami, again, visually, to show me what he wants me to do. So I did see the Ayurvedic doctor, and I learned how to make chapatis from scratch, and basmati rice and dal, and eat lots of vegetables. And I probably was the healthiest I had ever been during that time. So once again, Swami directs it all.
The Grand Director with the Saya trucks.
Grand Director, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.